All right, today, what are we talking about? If you're watching this, it's probably because you're ready to leave your 9 to 5. You're probably tired of the rat race. Either you've been thinking about it, you might have saw a video, somebody telling you how it's possible to live the life you want to live, how you can quit your 9 to 5, fire your boss. Yes, all that is definitely possible. And in this video, I'm going to tell you how you can do it. If you don't know who I am, my name is Marvell. I quit my 9 to 5 so that I can travel the world and grow my business. I run an agency and we help entrepreneurs and content creators by systemizing their content and monetizing their platform so that they can manifest the life that they want. All right. If that sounds like something you're interested in, hit the subscribe button because I make videos like this all the time. But yeah, let's hop right into it. So the reason I'm making this because I know this has been a hot button topic for like the last couple years. A lot of people are tired of the rat race. They know that the system is not set up for us to win. They don't want to spend the rest of their lives working for a boss that doesn't appreciate them or for a job that they know will replace them in an instant. Me, I remember very vividly, I came back from vacation, right? I was a chef. I was on a salary. I was making about 80K a year. I went on vacation to Seattle, of like all the places. I went to Seattle just for like a chill trip. And I came back and I remember my first day back at work. By the way, if you go on vacation and you don't take like that buffer day when you come back and then you have that extra day off in between, if you don't take that day off, you're fucking up. Anyway, so I remember I got back, came back to work and I was going to clock in and I remember just standing there at the computer like, there's no fucking way I'm doing this for the next 40 years of my life. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. So in 2021, I quit my 9 to 5. I started diving into the world of e-commerce. It was right around the time I bought my first course, and we're going to talk about that later. It was a e-commerce course on how to create and start your own online business by creating a clothing line, doing drop shipping, right? So I did that. I got my store all set up. I built the website from scratch, set up my drop shipping, did everything. And it was really dope. I was really happy for what I came out with. And that just kind of snowballed and turned into me eventually doing consulting and coaching and eventually starting my agency where I help creators and entrepreneurs monetize their skills, creativity, and their passion. So I've been there, I've done it. And before we even get into how you can do it, before we get to how you can quit your job, let me just tell you two of the biggest mistakes I made. Because if you can avoid this, you will save yourself a lot of heartache and a lot of stress and pain that you don't need to go through, right? So the first mistake I made is I didn't replace my income. I wasn't making money outside of my side hustle. I had money saved up and I had some savings and I had some money saved up that I was able to live off of. It actually really helped me with cutting down on my bills and my expenditures and like keeping track and budgeting where my money was going. So that actually was a bonus, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's not for everybody. It's definitely not recommended that you just jump off the diving board and go like dive in head first. It's something you really should ease your way into. Make sure your bills are good, making sure you're set up for the next 6 to 12 months financially. For a lot of people, that might be a stress, that might be a lot. So if that's the case, if you aren't able to completely replace your income with your side hustle or with your digital income, whatever it is that you're relying on, if you aren't able to replace that income yet, don't just jump out. Don't just quit like I did. They called me to see if I was coming back. I went on PTO and they called me like, "Hey, are you still coming back?" I was like, "Nah." Don't do that. Don't do that unless you have the funds set up, unless you have a plan. Which, speaking of plan, second thing I didn't do, I didn't have a real plan. I just knew I wasn't going to work a job anymore. And this clothing line, I was working on a clothing line at the time. This is what I was going to do. I didn't have a plan. I didn't know marketing. I didn't know where I would be in a year. I was literally jumping out on faith. Fast forward 2 years, it worked out, but I feel like that 2 years would have been a lot less stressful had I went into it with a plan, knowing what I wanted to do and knowing where my money was going to be coming from, how fast I need to start generating income. All like have a plan of attack, have a fallback plan, something like, okay, if you need to pivot, whatever. Just have a plan. Have some type of, okay, this is what I'm going to do. If it doesn't work, I can go get a job doing this, whatever. That's the other thing. I'm going to add that on. Don't feel like just because you quit your 9 to 5, like you can't work anymore. Like if you go and get another job, like that's just it. You failed. Sometimes you need to have that supplemental income to feed your business. Sometimes especially if you're not getting funding, if you're bootstrapping it, if you're doing everything yourself, paying for all of the supplies, for all the operations, everything. If you're paying for everything yourself, do not feel like you just need to be out here not working. I got a bartending job just to keep me busy and to keep some extra money coming in. But don't feel like if you have to go back and get a job, if you have to go back and get a side hustle, a little part-time thing, like don't feel like that's you failing. Don't feel like that you just didn't make it. Like there's steps, there's process to this. It comes in waves, it comes and it goes. So if you need to have something to supplement like the income you're not making yet, if you haven't hit that 10K a month mark like consistently, if you're not doing that consistently, make sure you have something to where, okay, I'm going to be cool even if I don't get any customers like this month. Especially if your business is, you'll have customers one month and not the next month, or you'll go a couple weeks and be cool, then you'll go a couple months and not be cool. If it's very inconsistent, if it fluctuates a lot, it's okay to keep some supplemental income, something you can do on the side that allows you the time and the freedom to work your job. And a lot of times, just like as a tip or a hack, that working in a restaurant as a server, as a bartender, whatever, that's a great hack, a great skill to have, because it's not super time demanding. It's not super stress. Like you don't have to put in a lot of brain work. It's not like you have to be a rocket scientist or anything. Just taking orders and getting people their food. You get you a nice little side job at somewhere that pays cool or where they tip really well, and you can be good. You can have the majority of your time working on your business, growing your brand, and then have your little time where you got to work 20 hours a week or whatever just to get that extra income coming in. That's okay. You're still on the path. You're still on the process. All right. Don't take that as a failure. But yeah, with that being said, this is like the process I went through to quit my 9 to 5. It's 4 steps, but there's really just one thing that you need to do. And it's going to change how much you can make. It's going to change how much you're worth, how much you value your time. And that one thing is learning high income skills. Learn a high income skill. And for me, I decided to learn multiple high income skills, and I didn't even really realize it until I came across the term high income skill. And more so than just a high income skill, you should be bettering yourself. You should be increasing your value. That's what high income skills, they increase how much you're able to charge. They increase how valuable your time is because you have skills, you have knowledge that other people need, other people want, and they're willing to pay a lot of money for it. So some high income skills that you can learn: copyright, marketing, social media management, content creation, photography, email marketing, web design, UI, UX. There's literally, actually, I'll put together a little list of high income skills you can learn. I'll put that in the link in the description. You can go ahead and download that. And all of them you can learn online. You can learn whether it's through, and this actually takes me to my first point. So you need to learn a high income skill. And before you say, oh, I don't have the money, I don't have the resources, I don't know where to find it, you can learn pretty much anything by going to TIYU. Okay. That's where a lot of people, especially these days, creators, entrepreneurs, they're learning a lot of their skills at TIYU. If you've never heard of TIYU, it's TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube University. All right. One of the most valuable resources. TIYU, I'm actually going to put that on the hoodie. TIYU University. I'm going to put that on the hoodie. It's going to be fire. It's going to be like a whole little emblem. Anyway, so TIYU, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube University, and usually in that order. I put it specifically in that order because the way you consume content, that's the way you're going to start to absorb it more. A lot of people, they'll just see something on TikTok and they'll go check out the page and they'll consume their content. But the problem with that is it's micro content. A lot of what you get on TikTok, especially TikTok and Instagram, is micro content. It's 30-second clips, minute clips, maybe 2-3 minutes here. But you're never getting a big overall view on the topic, on the subject. You're just getting bits and chunks here and there, but it's not actually helping you piece together the puzzle. That's why YouTube is one of the most valuable resources you could ever use. It has all the information you could ever want on it. You can learn so much. There's so many people teaching so many things on YouTube. If it's not on YouTube, that might mean that there's a market for somebody to start teaching it on YouTube. But almost anything you want to learn how to do, any high income skill you want to learn, you can learn on YouTube. That is like bar none the best place you can go. From there, you're going to go from TikTok, Instagram, YouTube University. From there, you're going to start taking courses. You're going to start with ebooks. You're going to get some challenges, some planners, guides, a bunch of freebies and little low ticket stuff. But you're going to start investing in people's products. You're going to start seeing, okay, like, oh, they have an ebook that might help me. Oh, they have a 3-day program. Oh, they have a 12-week course. They have a 6-month course. They have a coaching program. You're going to start dibbling and dabbling in these different programs, these different courses, these different assets, and these are going to help you expand your skills. One of the big problems I see a lot of people is that they'll take one course and they didn't all of a sudden start making 10,000 from taking one course. Now they feel like, oh, all of this shit is a scam. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to work. I'm not going to try it anymore because they just trying to con me. If you think about it, if you go to college, right, you go to school, do you just take one course and then just graduate? Do you just take one class for one semester and then that's it? You did it, you graduate? No, it doesn't work like that. You have to take multiple courses. You have to learn multiple skills, because what you're doing is building a business. You're literally building a business from the ground up. That's not an easy task. There's a lot that comes into that. There's so much. There's audience, there's market research, there's marketing, there's content, there's copyright. There's so much that comes with that. When you're building a business from the ground up, you can't expect to get everything from one course or from one source of information. You should be learning from many different sources. You should be learning from many different people who have different specialties and different skills. That's how you're going to become a well-rounded business owner and a well-rounded CEO. So yeah, after you've consumed a creator's content on TikTok, you follow them on Instagram, you've watched a couple of YouTube videos, you'll start to get an idea. You'll start to get a feel for people who you really connect with, people who you really have an affinity to, right? People who speak directly to you, who understand, like that it feels as if they understand exactly what problems you're dealing with and they know exactly how to solve it. They've been there, they have the results, they know what they're doing, right? Those are the people you want to invest with. Those are the people you want to work with. Those are the people who you want to buy their course, their high ticket course. Ultimately, it comes down to two things. Are you going to invest your money, or are you going to invest your time? Those are the two resources that you have. If you don't have the money, you have to put the time in. If you don't have the time, you have to put the money in to learn it faster, to do it faster. Those are your two options. Spend time learning people's processes, learning content, learning things like that. But when you get to that point where it's like, okay, I've gotten as much free content as I can get. I don't know what to do. I need somebody to help me connect the dots. That's when you should be investing in coaching programs. That's when you should be investing in working with somebody on a bigger scale. And you have to be willing to invest in yourself. You have to be willing to invest in courses and ebooks and guides. Over the past 2 to 3 years, I would say I've spent well over $10,000, maybe close to like $15,000 to $20,000 in just courses, ebooks, guides, trainings. Like, that's the key. I don't remember who said it, but there's a quote that says, "A smart person learns from their own mistakes. A wise person learns from the mistakes of others." Working with people who have already done it, working with people who already have the process, they've been where you want to be, they've done what you want to do. Those people know what to avoid. Those people have been there. They know what can go wrong. They know what to do right. They know what systems, they know what processes, they know what strategies work. You're fumbling around in the dark trying to figure out how to put this puzzle together. You have no idea what it's supposed to look like at the end. You have no idea what the picture on the puzzle is like. You can't see the shapes. You don't know. Like, you're just guessing. You're just guessing and try to put things together. Let someone guide you. That's why I created my 12-week intensive, because people need guidance. You need guidance. I needed guidance. I needed help. I needed somebody to show me the way. Like, as much information as I can cram in myself, I can watch all the podcasts, I can watch all the YouTube videos, I can download all the ebooks, all the freebies. Until somebody showed me exactly how to put those pieces together, I was just trying to figure it out myself. And it was always me guessing. And when you're guessing, it leaves you feeling insecure. It leaves you questioning whether you're doing it right. And you have this serious case of imposter syndrome. Because yes, this is what they said to do. Yes, this is what the book said to do. But did I do it right? Am I missing something? Is it working right? Is this going to go well? Like, you need somebody to allay that stress and somebody to get rid of that. That's where a coach comes in. If you need help, if you need guidance, if you're looking for someone to give you that roadmap and keep you accountable and show you this is what you should be doing, let's get to it. I'm going to be on you. Like, if you need that accountability, if you need somebody to help you with that, there's a link down below. You can go click that. It's going to take you to a quick video and get you to book a call with me so we can hop on a call and see if we can work together. That's only if you need it. If you don't worry about it. So get help, learn a high income skill. TIYU, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube University. There's also TV shows. Like, there's so many different places you can learn. But just constantly be learning, constantly be elevating yourself, constantly be growing. That's how you're going to increase your value so that you can charge more, so that you can leave your 9 to 5. If you can't expect to just jump out and build a business, just jump out and be ready to start charging people $500, $600, $1,000, like $5,000. You can't create a $5,000 package without investing in yourself, without improving in yourself, without furthering your education. So constantly be educating yourself, constantly be learning. All right. Once you learn this skill, once you learn that high income skill, multiple skills, you're going to practice it consistently. You're going to practice consistently. You should be working on it every day, if not every day, every other day, multiple times a week. Practice consistently. After that, you're going to start doing work for free. You're going to find some people who are going to let you work for free. And yes, let you work for free. They will. You're going to use this for your testimonials. You're going to use this for your reviews. You're going to use this as a case study. You're going to use this to show that you know what you're doing and you can provide the results that you say you can. If you learn this skill, but you don't put it into use and you don't put it to practice, there's no proof that you can do it. Nobody's going to work with you. Nobody's going to want to invest with you, because seeing is believing. People, we're very risk adverse. We don't like to put ourselves in the possibility of losing. So they did a study and said most people will go with a mediocre company who provides mediocre service as opposed to an expensive company who provides great service, because this one, the mediocre company, is less risky. Think about that. People would rather spend less money for average service than to spend more money and get better service. You have to give people a reason to believe and trust that you can provide them results. You can provide them the results that you say you can. All right. So you're going to work for free. You're going to create a portfolio. Once you create that portfolio and you have proof that you can do, you have to start pitching and putting that offer, putting your product, putting your services in front of as many people as you can. It means you're creating content, focusing on platforms that your target audience is going to be on, putting out valuable content, entertaining, helpful, educational content that's going to get people to stop and get them interested in your service and believe and feel that you can solve their problem because you understand what they're going through and what they're dealing with. You feel me? Does that make sense? So yeah, if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like, be sure to subscribe if you want to see more of this content, turn on your post notifications so you don't miss anything. And you have any high income skills? Do you know of any high income skills? Are you learning any high income skills, and what are you planning on doing with them? I want to know. Put it in the comments. What skills are you planning on learning? Are you looking to learn? Put it in the comments. Let me know. And how are you planning on making money from that skill? All right. That's what I want to know. Put it in the comments. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.